Juggernaut!
It was an accident that created Spider-Man. In order for Peter Parker to live, Spider-Man must die. No way to test it, I'll be taking my chances. For Gwen, I'll risk it. I'm sorry, Aunt May, for letting Uncle Ben die. Sorry, Gwen Stacy, for letting your father die. What is happening to me? I feel different. Ah! Today, we are taking a look at this new hasbro Marvel Legends 2-pack, Morbius vs. Spider-Man. They come in the windowless box wherein we can see either the actual figures or some product renders. On the side, the two figures. On the back, you can see what is included inside the box. On the side, we can see a art taken from the Amazing Spider-Man number 101, which is the first appearance of Morbius. So let's take a closer look at this 2-pack. Thanks to Payaso Diorama for this drone diorama. Here we have the 6-armed Spider-Man. Comparing the action figure to the comic book art basis, the difference we can see here is the lines. The black lines are omitted from his costume. However, the colors are spot on or almost near how the artist colored the art. He has pins all over his double jointed elbows and knees. So he has 6 elbows, all with pins. That's why when first revealed, collectors saw this as a repaint of the old Spider-Man action figure from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. The big difference here is in terms of the torso. Hasbro done some tooling on the torso, has now given him a swivel on the upper torso. In terms of the other parts, it seems to be just the same as the old figure. What's terrible is the red pins that you can see on his arms. In terms of articulation, I'm not sure whether this is a big improvement from the old one, but you can see the butterfly joints work well with this figure. You can stretch out all of his 6 arms. Farther from the back, he has a bicep swivel on each arm. One of the reasons why I got this 2-pack for myself is I was so curious about how this new swivel on the upper torso will work. Is it gonna be similar to Spiral? So far, he can not crunch backward that much, but crunch a lot forward. In terms of the neck, he has a ball peg with a hinge forward and back. There's not much in terms of the sculpted details except for the spider logo on the front and the back and the web lines on his costume. One thing I don't like is the double jointed elbows and knees. You can see the red pins on that part. But everything works fine. You can see how much range it has. He has a upper thigh swivel here, double jointed knees with pins, blue. It's fine because it's the same color as the legs. He has a swivel there and can hinge forward and back. Great articulation for this Spider-Man, a big improvement. In terms of alternate pieces, he comes with alternate hands, so you can have him with 2 web whipping hands. Still sculpted lines on the hands. Next we have is you can have him with 2 pairs of closed fist hands. Now with the other arms, you have all fisted hands. Now side by side with Spiral, which is one of the best figures Marvel Legends that we have. It's a bit different in terms of how the multiple arms connect. Compared to Spiral, the arms of the Spider-Man is a bit thicker, so it cannot overlap each other, so it has to be like in different parts of the torso. Unlike the silver arm of Spiral, it kinda overlaps with the other two arms, but it works fine. Also, one great thing about this is the back doesn't feel like they're on a hunch to fit all the arms. So a good job with Hasbro in terms of sculpting these figures. Spiral can crunch backward that much, unlike Spider-Man who cannot. That's the big difference between the two. Spiral on the other hand cannot crunch forward that much, while this particular Spider-Man can crunch forward a lot. Do you think this new Spider-Man is a big upgrade? Let me know in the comments below. In terms of height, this Spider-Man is 14.5 centimeters or 5.7 inch tall. In terms of 1/12 scale, it's not exact. Spider-Man is supposed to be 5 feet 10 inches tall, so this Spider-Man is very short. And you can see it when I compare it besides the retro Spider-Man here. And besides the Wolverine, it's almost the same height as Wolverine. Next we have him besides Jubilee and Boom Boom. Again, almost close to the height of Jubilee. Here we have the Amazing Spider-Man 101 to 102 crew. We have Lizard and Morbius. Besides larger Marvel Legends figures, we have Kingpin and Rhino. Next we have him besides the Raft, Inmates, Abomination, and Sandman. Next we have Morbius, which is a brand new figure and sculpt. He does not come with any alternate hands or head, but he does come with another cape accessory, which I will show later on. So let's take a closer look at Morbius. Here he is sitting on his payaso diorama throne. We have Morbius and his skin is white, somewhat dirty white, because there are some brown like spots. In terms of costume, it's not the same costume as his first appearance in Spider-Man 101. Face sculpt as well is different, because in the comic book it was very cartoonish, similar to how they do Lizard. I think the more accurate one would be the Morbius from Mezco 112. It's a bit more expensive, but it does look the part. His nose is supposed to be similar to what a bat's nose is supposed to be. You can see him besides the Mezco 112. The Mezco 112 is more accurate. You can see some dirt there, somewhat I think it's the photoreal tech, wherein you can see some spots. Costume wise, his first appearance is actually dark, somewhat blue, not black. The black costume is supposed to be what he looks like in modern. From the back you can see his cape. This is a removable piece. Behind the cape is a red color, and he has a peg hole there. Nothing much but a plain black body. Some reason his legs are warped. Like, I'll make him stand here. That's out of the packaging. That's what it looks like. It's like somebody broke his broke his leg. It's twisted like that. So in terms of the alternate cape, we have this bat like, somewhat like Batman signal like. Again, red on the back, black on the front. And here we have him with his broken leg, and he refuses to stand properly. I'll have to heat it up. Hopefully we can fix that leg, because it looks terrible. In terms of height, Morbius is 15.2 centimeters or 6 inch tall. This is exact to what a 6 inch scale Marvel Legend is for a 5 feet 10 inch character. Here we have him besides the retro Spider-Man and the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Next, besides some exterminators, we have Jubilee and Boom Boom. ready to hunt some vampires are the rest of the Exterminator crew. We have X-23 and Dazzler. Next, we have him besides Six-Armed Spider-Man and Lizard. Next up, we have him besides taller Marvel Legends figures. We have Kingpin and the Retro Rhino. Again with Abomination and Sadman, the inmates of the raft. Next, we have him besides Morbius from the 90s and Professor X, all in black suit. Actually, the 90s Morbius is not it's not actually black suit, it's somewhat darkish purple, somewhat the color of his strap like costume. I really like the costume design of this particular Morbius, though he looks a bit I'm not sure whether they executed the head really well. In terms of height, this Morbius seems to be taller, and you can see in terms of arms, the length of this arm of the 90s Morbius is really longer compared to this supposedly 70s Morbius. With a tattered cape here. Let me know in the comments below which one do you prefer though. Now let's do a head swap. You can see here this Morbius new head looks good as well on the 70s bodies, but it cannot move. Like its chin is hitting his chest. Because of the hair, he cannot look up at all. And be careful when you do this head swap, because I hear a little snap when I try to remove it. Here it is a little bit loose, as you can see. That's why the head on these 70s Morbius body is tight, because the hole on this new head is really larger than this 90s Morbius body. It looks strange though. Not sure if you noticed, you can use the Renew Your Vows unmasked head sculpt Peter Parker head on this body. It works fine as well. My final thoughts. Not sure if it's a necessary 2-pack for collectors. One thing for sure, I like the new Morbius action figure. Not much on the Six-Armed Spider-Man, because even if this Morbius action figure is not exact to how he looks like in the comic books, the design, how the Marvel Legends team translated him into action figure, it's really good. Thank you for watching. I hope you check out the other videos I have in this channel, wherein I take a deep dive on the character behind the action figure. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell.